Hi, it's Angela. I have some tips for you today to maybe help you get out of a little bit of a rut or the monotony that I hear from so many of you about how to freestyle, how do you change things up. You tend to do the same thing over and over again. As a master trainer for pole moves, some of the experiences that we have our pole moves instructor trainees do require you to think about moving just different body parts, moving in a certain style, moving with certain energy, and those are kind of some things that I wanted to talk to you about with this week's Pole Fitness Tips. So let's look at it. If you are an advanced, or whether you're a beginner, or even if you never even have done pole before, you can use these techniques to think about the energy and the movement that you are leading with. So if we talk about our head or our chest or our hips, we can narrow that down and isolate just that part. Simple enough, right? So if we just were to look at moving just the hips, you know, we have hips side to side, we have hips forward to back, we can circle them, but just the hips are moving, okay? If we move up to just the chest, that circle, maybe just the side to side, forward and back, so you have just that isolation. Maybe it's just the head that you're rolling around. Maybe you're leading with your head. Remember back in the day? So you lead with your head. If we apply that with some pole movements, then and typically we've done a lot of these in lessons as well. We move just the hips, that hip circle. Can your circles go big? Can they be little? Can it just be the chest? Okay, maybe just the head. Whatever it is that you are isolating or leading with. So with those body rolls that we do, you can lead with the chest, or that was the head actually. Lead with the head, okay? Or you can lead with the chest. And you see how that changes that movement a little bit. If you take those to the ground, okay, the same kind of thing. If you were down here, you could maybe just isolate the hips. You can isolate just the chest. You can make those bigger. You can make them smaller. Just the rib cage moving. You can, of course, do your head circles here. We can lead that through with that floor snake or that body roll on the floor. So floating forward and back, leading with the head, chest, hips. So just imagine leading any of the moves that you're doing, leading with certain body parts. With movement, you know, we tend to think of, you know, moving slow or fast, but you can also move with certain energy. So if we were to lead and think of a lot of strength flowing through that body, we would be tightening everything up. So it might be, you know, it doesn't have to be fast, it doesn't necessarily have to be slow, but it's going to be a very strong movement out, okay? If you were to take just even a dip, that might be a little more purposeful and strong in that dip rather than soft and easy and flexy, okay? So if you think of moving and lengthening your body, that might be working a little bit more with flexibility movement, okay? So very long, flexy motion. So looking at that same dip, I might take a dip and move it with a little bit more strength, okay? Very strong, purposeful movement. Or I can move it with flexibility, where it might be a little bit more long, stretchy, flexy motion. So taking that and changing that movement up, okay? So strength, flexibility. You see those opposite movement there. We can also move kind of quick, fast, pivoting, turning, how we change our positioning with the pole. And you think about that if you did a swing and pirouette and it was very long and fluid, thinking stretchy and flexy motion as we move around the pole into that. You could take that and make it a little bit more agile. So when you take that, that could be a little hop and leap, turn. You're moving with a little bit different energy than that fluid, long, stretchy motion. If you think of slow and sexy movement as opposed to maybe a hip hop, drop, pop, move, that quick kind of movement. So I always tell clients to take their moves, whatever it is that they're doing regularly at home and they're trying to just get a workout in and they get bored of doing the same thing over and over again. Take that move and try to move slow, that whole combo. Move slowly, long, make your body as long and lean as you can. Then change it up and move fast and purposeful and strong as you go through that combo. So changing the music will really help you kind of connect that mind and body with that. You can also take your movement and keep that, whatever combo it is you're doing, think of it as trying to keep everything as close to the pole as you can, and then try to make everything out and big as you can. So that same swing and pirouette would be, if I were trying to keep everything close, would be stepping close, turning in, close. All right, if I were taking that and trying to make that a little more open or out, I would swing and plant, big, boom, boom. So the energy is a lot different. So again, you can take those basic movements and either change it up by the music that you're listening to and how fast or slow you're moving with it, how much strength you're putting into it, or flexibility, thinking long, lean movements. So playing with that, music really helps change that up for you. Enjoy those tips.